Before starting with the presentation, I would like to thank Varindia for organizing such event, because I believe that this is one of the very fewest forums where we are getting opportunity to talk about cloud computing, but from a different perspective altogether. Because cloud computing has been the top of the town since a couple of years, and within this few years, it's not only has started reshaping the IT market, but also the way IT products and services are being used and acquired across the organization. I think this recession also has somewhere propelled the interest towards cloud, because it's not only promised to be a cost-effective model, but also an efficient one. But the irony of the fact is, there are still a lot of questions, a lot of apprehensions amongst the various stakeholders of the entire ecosystem, starting from the vendors, channel partners, and end users, obviously. So today let's talk about this topic, cloud computing, from one perspective of very critical and important stakeholders, that is channel partners. Just before getting into or narrowing it down to the channel partners role, just for your reference, as IDC defines, that cloud is a delivery model that delivers products and services and solutions which are also consumed in real time over the internet. And as we all know, it has essentially four characteristics, starting from elasticity. You can scale it up, scale it down, pay as you use. Obviously, it's a multi-tenancy model and on-demand services. And there are three services: infrastructure as a services, then PaaS, and software as a services. And largely, we have two deployment models at this point of time, public and private. And there is also hybrid cloud, which is emerging very strongly. Now, the real question comes that, is cloud poised to grow enough, due to which we are talking so much about it? Channel partners are discussing and worrying about their role going forward in cloud? The answer is probably yes. Because right now, although the adoption level of cloud computing has a modest rate of 4%, but has a potential to grow around 7% in the next 2 to 3 years of time, which essentially means it will grow from here at least 65 to 70% from in just by 2012 or 2030. And to validate this hypothesis, I would like to share our data point, although very preliminary assumption of IDC India, that around cloud is already reaching 100 million in this year as far as the market size is concerned, but it has a potential to cross 500 millions in the next 5 years of time, which essentially means around 40 to 45% CAGR. So this itself talk about the growth story cloud is poised to, and obviously the kind of thing is stored for each one of us, starting from vendor, channel partners, and obviously end users. Now, taking just one step back towards traditional or on-premise model, there is no ambiguity or as far as the importance of channel partners in this kind of in the entire ecosystem. To just share with you, in 2008 and 2009, around 75 to 80% of the entire software business was delivered through channel partners. And however, in this cloud, when we are talking about as far as the public cloud is concerned, then the delivery model will entirely be, if not same, would be on similar line. Yes, there's some direct model also, but it will remain there as it will coexist basically. And it's similar story seems to be happening in private cloud also. So if we take this both slides together, we can very well say that the importance of channel partners is not going to fibble away in future also. They will be there, and the importance will increase. The role will be evolving as far as the channel partners are concerned. They will play a role more of a consultant, I suppose, rather than just a reselling approach. But having said that, yes, there are a couple of concerns as far from the channel partners' perspective. Just to touch upon, there are a couple of concerns over here. One is from the revenue perspective. Because in any traditional model, there are three basic components: hardware, software, and services. But with the cloud coming into the picture, the need for hardware deployment, installing software will reduce significantly. So the naturally question comes, will that affect the overall revenue? And secondly, in terms of ROI, because cloud would bring quite a few investment initially from the channel partners perspective in terms of tools and resources, which may raise the question in terms of the break-even. When I will get my break-even? What about my ROI? And on top of that, what would be, is it a good proposition to invest in cloud as a business model is concerned when many of the vendors are still relying on on-premise model? Now coming to the first concerns that I was talking about, that is overall revenue. We all know that the margin from hardware and software business is a bit on lesser side, which is more amongst the three is services. And cloud coming into the place, the scope will only widen, and especially in terms of the high margin services. Now similarly to the profitability and break-even perspective, yes, from cloud perspective, it will take a bit longer as far as the break-even is concerned, around 20 to 24 months. But because in cloud as a module, it doesn't allow, or it is beneficial for the end users that they don't have to do any upfront investment as far as the cost is concerned, because cloud is largely on OpEx model. But once it's done, once you reach the break-even, it's all about your profitability, because you will have revenue, continuous inflow of revenue from the high margin services, as I was mentioning earlier. Now, as we have talked about concerns there, the role of the people, role of the channel partners, what is the way forward for them? What needs to be done, basically? Okay, I think this has come over here. One is very important thing is it's to adapt and innovate, because cloud is already here and it's the future of computing. There's no doubt about that. So the channel partners have to come out from just clipping a ticket approach and act as a role of consultant, as I was talking earlier. The channel partners will just look at other reselling of other services, will definitely struggle. And secondly, it's very important to make skills in terms of the services that we're talking about regarding strategic consulting and so on and so forth. Because they are the people who are front-ending. They need to educate the end users. And finally, it's obviously important to build a strong relationship with the end users, because it will only ensure the lock-ins and as far as the continuous inflow of revenue of high margin services. So with this, I would like to end the presentation and conclude by saying that cloud is probably the only model which has something stored for everyone profitable. And it's up to us how we can reap the benefit of cloud.